Hello and welcome to another edition of Good Morning Pattaya, Pattaya Channel's very own breakfast show. I'm your host, Nick Pendrell, and joining me once again, the delectable Caroline. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Nick. I'm very well, thank you. And you're looking very well rested.
I am. I had a little break, so I am very rested today. And you're looking as glamorous and gorgeous as usual, if I may say so.
Thank you very much.
Looking equally as glamorous and gorgeous is, she did so well the first time we've invited her back. It's Ava from Sold Out. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back. Yeah, all good.
For those who missed the first time that you were here a few months ago, such as Caroline,
and me,
who's new, for Caroline's benefit, tell us a little bit about what Sold Out is all about.
Well, it's a charity party night.
Sounds like fun.
It is absolutely. Whoops! I mustn't move. Must I? It's great fun. It really is. What we do is, it's basically soul music.
Right.
Hence the Sold Out. And we put on a party because it's different music.
Okay.
It's something completely different to what they do in Pattaya. And as Nick knows, he came to the last event.
I did.
It's a charity event. We charge 400 baht at the door. We get wonderful sponsors to pay. And then we do 2 hours of free flow music. Free flow. Lots of free flow music. Sorry about that. No, free flow, San Miguel Light, who they help us out a bit.
Yeah.
And red and white wine and soft drinks, etc. And then just lots and lots of Motown soul music and Northern soul, which Nick knows about. I'm not sure whether you do, even though you're. No, I think your roots might just sort of, but you're just a little bit younger than the scene.
Northern soul isn't something I'm familiar with. So.
Oh,
really?
Tell us about it.
Okay, well, for your benefit, because everybody in town, I've blabbed about this for so long.
Okay.
That no, it's a particular music genre that started off. Basically, all the core of it was in the mid-60s when the whole of England and worldwide were playing the real itsy dance music, the Motown type sound, that sort of beat. It's that beat. And then towards the late 60s, early 70s, it sort of phased out down south where a much more funky soul music came along. And but then the people up north from the likes of, you may or may not have heard of the Wigan Casino, the Twisted Wheel, the Torch in Wolverhampton. These were clubs that ran all-nighters. I mean, this is this is all-night dancing.
I'm learning something new. Yeah.
But not only that, the Northern soul music then it became this whole, not just a music genre, but a dance genre. Okay, and it's just fabulous dancing. It's well, I mean, I can sort of do a few steps still, but you need fairly solid knees and fairly solid joints to be able to do this now. And quite coincidentally, this is our 3rd anniversary party coming up.
Right.
So and it's still going strong.
Right.
A lady by the name of Elaine Constantine has just released, she's made this movie some time ago, but it's just been taking a bit of time to get it out. She's just released a movie which is called Northern Soul, the film. Mm-hmm. And it's been showing, was released last week, and it's all over the country in England. And but at small cinemas for just a few days, but it's absolutely going viral. So a lot of younger people, a lot of other people that didn't understand the scene, it's called The Scene, they will now be able to see what it was all about. Apparently, I've seen some little clips on Facebook. They're going, "Oh, I hope it's not going to spoil it. I hope we can still keep it for what it is. For us 60-year-olds and whatever." Seriously. I mean, it's huge in England. It's it's still every county, every month. There's a Northern Soul do on. I'm really amazed that, or maybe your parents would know.
No.
Yeah, no, they would.
Or maybe they're doing it secretly.
Were they? No, tell me. Were they sort of teenagers in the 60s?
They probably just missed it. Yeah, because they were sort of in their early 20s.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
60s,
no, that's a little bit past that then. So, but so really, that's what it is. It's just music and dance. So some of it's quite obscure music, because the DJs from up north.
Up north,
from Yorkshire and Lancashire and all that. They used to come down to London to buy their tracks. They're 45s, and they also used to go across the pond to America, where there were absolutely hundreds and hundreds of artists who were recording this stuff, but never made it to the charts.
Wow.
So there are some very, very rare Northern Soul discs out there that can fetch anything up to £25,000 per. Which is quite bizarre to a collector.
Yeah.
So so really that's it in a nutshell, and that's
So when you're playing the music at the event, are you playing the 45s, or is it's all one?
Because people couldn't really afford to bring the whole kit and caboodle over here, and it's really all on MP3. And but we've still got quite a good sound coming out. We're actually having it again for the second time this time at the Access Inn on Third Road, and they have. This is so hard for us to find venues, and because we've had good ones, we've had bad ones, but we need somewhere that's got a sound system.
Yes.
Sure.
So and a decent sound system, and the Access Inn was great. So that it all pumps out, and we're doing a tribute because since you guys came to the last one of our DJs very sadly and quite shockingly passed away from a massive heart attack. So we're doing a tribute to Claudio, and so we've got a few posters and stuff of him up there, and his little wife is going to be there. So it's all quite sad, but and he was only 59 for goodness' sake. That's too young. Anyway, we digress.
So lots of music, lots of drinking, obviously. Food as well?
No, we don't do the food because it starts at 8. Okay. So people would normally have had their had their what do they call it? A hanyen dinner.
Yeah. Yes. So you eat what you like beforehand, and then you can get rid of it through dancing.
Well, actually, preferably eat a fair amount, because there is quite a lot of imbibing to be done on the night, because it's 2 hours of free flow, and there's quite a lot of beer and wine can be sunk in 2 hours, and then from 8 till 10 we have the free flow, and then from 10 o'clock. It's the bar is open, and we usually get some really good deals in there for after party sort of thing. We will probably run till about midnight. Normally by then people have filtered out, because there are those that just come for the free flow and then
those who carry on after.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's usually when I do my dancing, and of course we have to shove all the talc. You don't know about this one either, because you've got to come.
Yeah, I've got to come. Yeah.
So you're all invited, obviously, and they put loads and loads of talcum powder on the floor, so the floor's really slidey, because the dance involves quite a bit of
sliding around,
moving about. I'll teach you a few steps on the night.
Is there a dress code?
No, not really. No.
But you just wear sort of.
If you watch the movie, if you see any clips on YouTube of Northern Soul, right, it was really the most bizarre fashion that the men would wear. They would actually have competitions as to how wide the bottoms of their pants, the trousers were. Right? So they're almost like a skirt on each leg. And sort of skinny Ben Shermans or checked or tartan type shirts, braces. Not quite into your skinhead type era, because these pants were just because the men are the dancers. I'm not saying anything against the girlies, because they can also do, but it's all about the man. Right.
Oh, I should definitely come in.
Dancing on his own. I went to just digressing a little. I went to a Northern Soul gig in Bournemouth about 3 years ago, and I hadn't been to one in England for such a long time, and there were all guys on the floor, and I'm going, oh, this is a bit weird, because normally the guy's sitting at the bar,
they're around the outside,
and it's not until he's completely bloody blotto that he actually deigned to go onto the dance floor. So no, there they all are, and you can't invade their space. It's quite strange. But the girls were wearing, and I don't know where this came from, because this is a very 50s type thing, sort of cinched in waist and these huge big flared skirts that came down to the little white lacy socks and flat shoes. Yeah, so very sort of 50s. But that was all about the swirl, because they do these spins with the men's trousers going like this, and the women's skirts are just like, It's awesome.
Sounds like lots of fun.
It's awesome. You should actually look at have a look at a few clips because and you'll get a feel for the music.
It's obviously a
great.
part of my education that's missing.
But the thing is, I am, as I said before, I was right in it.
Yeah.
I'm a 60s teenager. You're way younger than that. So, you can be forgiven for not knowing about it. So,
But obviously an essential part of my education that I need to top up.
Yeah.
I need to put in.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because it's very much part of the scene now. In the UK, it's huge.
Really?
Yeah, it's really huge.
So you've been going in Pattaya now for 3 years.
Yeah.
That's the 3-year anniversary. During that period, has the people who's been introduced, like Carolyn, who knew nothing about it 3 years ago, just came out through curiosity because it's one of the big sort of highlights of the expat social calendar, and are now really into it with the dancing and everything like that?
Well, yes, there are and there aren't. It's quite, and also another. It's sort of an unknown quantity because we've got our diehards that are my age, that have retired here, that come from the north of England, that have grown up with it. So we've got our diehards. We have their Thai partners that come along. They just love to dance to anything, so they just love it.
Yeah.
Okay. But then you've got the sort of 30-40 age group people that they either love it or they hate it because either it's their kind of music or it isn't.
Yeah.
Because they're already entrenched into what they like and what they don't like.
Yeah.
So you've got those here that love it, those here that are not sure, some do, some don't, and then you've got the much younger ones that think it's great because it's great dance music.
Yeah.
So it's working really well.
So it's all age groups.
Yeah, and we've actually in the 3 years we've already raised well over 600,000 baht for the charities.
Wow.
Very good.
Because the 400 baht, I'll start at the beginning. Earl is my sidekick, right?
Right.
He's a young Yorkshire lad whose father was a Northern DJ. So Earl's grown up with it, right? So he and I started this off, and we have to go and find sponsors to pay for the free flow. All right, which is usually about 40,000 baht, so it covers the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then of course the sponsors get exposure. I'll rattle through them in a minute anyway and just tell you about them. And then every 400 baht that people pay at the door, all of that money goes to a charity.
Wow.
And we've sort of whittled it down to two, which we feel are extremely deserving charities, which is Hand to Hand Foundation, which is a daycare nursery for slum kids. And the other one is Take Care Kids, which is a lovely guy, Cungio, Italian man, who takes in abused children.
Right.
All right.
And sometimes their mothers too. So these two, they don't get an awful lot of money donated to them. They have to survive on sponsorship money. So we like to help them. And this one is going again to Take Care Kids. And then we'll slip back into doing it for Hand to Hand.
Excellent.
And I would like to invite you guys at some stage to come down to one of these foundations. Now you're coming. Chris is getting all excited over there. He's thinking about the party. You're invited to the party automatically, lovey. All right. But I would like to invite you to actually bring even a crew down and see what Hand to Hand does.
That would be great.
Yeah.
And Margie is a little Australian woman that has boundless energy. She's awesome. Yeah.
Fantastic.
We're getting a little short on time, so you better tell us when this is happening. 'Cause we haven't gone
Yes,
through
absolutely. All right. No, we've sort of me. Yeah. So it's on Saturday, the 8th of November, which is just under 2 weeks. A week this Saturday. And it kicks off at 8 p.m. It's on at the Access Inn on 3rd Road, which is immediately opposite the Buffalo Bar, which a lot of people know where that is at.
Yeah.
And our sponsors are, we have a gold sponsor this time, which is Riviera Group.
Right.
And they continue to sponsor, but this time they're a bit major. And we also have CEA Project Logistics, who are an ongoing sponsor.
Yep.
And we have had help once again from a lovely man called Tom Coughlin, and he has his own construction company called CSP Construction.
Lovely.
And then also another sponsor this time is Coco's bistro and grill in Chayapruk. Yeah,
Sounds
so
good.
I mean, you know, we couldn't do it without sponsors, obviously, because we could do it, of course, but there would be no money going to charity.
Yeah, and that's
You know,
important.
and of course, I have to thank all of the media groups in town that relentlessly help us. You know, which is fantastic, and you guys, of course, and you know,
That's great.
this is the best little TV clip, though.
That's nice of you to say. Ava, thank you very much for coming in.
You're
Look forward
welcome,
to seeing you. 8th of
absolutely.
November.
Yeah.
Access in. See you there.
Well, I hope so.
Stay tuned for part 2, everybody.